So mga kabakal, bakit nga ba kailangang blue flame ang ating used oil stove at hindi orange flame na used oil stove? Kasi ganito yan. Kapag ka blue flame kasi, ito yung na-research ko na sinasabing complete combustion. Ibig sabihin, sa blue flame na ganito, nasusunog ng perpekto ang ating used oil at walang nabubuo na carbon monoxide. Ang carbon monoxide kasi ay isang element na may masamang epekto sa ating kalusugan. Kaya iniiwasan natin na makalanghap ng carbon monoxide na manggagaling sa orange flame ng ating used oil stove. Kaya hanggat maaari, ang dapat na gagamitin natin na used oil stove ay ganitong blue flame. Kasi meron tayong mga nagagamit na mga orange flame na used oil stove na ang dapat pala sana ay blue flame. Ito ang isa sa pinakamainit na apoy na susunod sa purple flame o yung violet flame. Kasi yung violet flame, yun ang pinakamainit na apoy sa lahat. May iba't ibang uri din ng mga apoy. May white flame, may green flame, may red flame, at may pink na apoy. Pero ang pinaka-ideal sa cooking ay itong blue flame. Kasi sa condition na ganito, na susunog ng perpekto ang ating used oil. Kumbaga, kung sa ang term sa English ay complete combustion. Yun yung ibig sabihin na susunog ng husto yung ating used oil. Kaya wala siyang nabubuo na carbon monoxide na hindi gaya pagka orange flame kasi may nabubuong carbon monoxide na nakakasama sa ating kalusugan. Parang paulit-ulit lang yung sinabi ko, pero ganun talaga ang kailangan. Blue flame talaga. Iwasan natin gumamit ng orange flame. Hindi man natin mararamdaman kaagad ang epekto ng carbon monoxide na puproduce sa orange flame, pero sa palagi ang paggamit natin ng orange flame na used oil stove, maiipon at maiipon yun hanggang sa maramdaman na natin yung epekto ng carbon monoxide na nalalanghap natin. Hindi man natin nararamdaman na naaamoy natin, pero meron at meron yan nahahalo sa hangin na nalalanghap natin na carbon monoxide. Unless na pagka ganito na blue na complete combustion, may malanghap man tayo pero hangin na, hindi na, wala nang halong carbon monoxide kasi nga nasusunog ng husto yung ating used oil. Yun lang, i-share ko lang ang konting kaalaman na aking nasaliksik para din yung iba na hindi pa aware o hindi pa alam na ang used oil stove na blue flame ay safe po na gamitin. Ang sinasabi po sa aking nasaliksik ay yung orange flame ang may nakakasira sa kalusugan na epekto dahil sa nabubuong carbon monoxide. So ayan mga kabakal, konting kaalaman lang. Paulit-ulit man ang sinabi ko, may makulitan man sa inyo, pero ganun talaga. Ang dapat na gamitin natin ay blue flame. Iwasan natin gumamit ng orange flame. Kahit paulit-ulit kong sinasabi, kahit sabihin yung makulit ako, pero ito yung talaga yung ideal na apoy. Kahit sa mga LPG gas, sa ating mga burner na LPG gas, minsan di ba nagiging orange din. Iwasan natin ganun. Dapat ipaayos natin na bumalik sa blue flame yung apoy, kasi sa sitwasyon na ganun may carbon monoxide na nabubuo pag ganun, kasi gas yung sinusunog nun, hindi yun nasusunog ng husto, kamay may carbon monoxide pa rin. Kaya yun mga kabakal ang aking na-research na kaalaman na munting i-share ko sa inyo para sa mga iba na nag-aalangan na gumamit ng ating used oil. Nagdadalawang isip kung gagamit ba ng used oil stove or gagawa or bibili. Ito ang konting kaalaman na may isi-share ko sa inyo bago kayo bumili or gumawa. At least may idea kayo kung anong klase ng use all stove ang gagawin nyo or bibilhin nyo. So sana mga kabakal nakatulong kahit papaano. At sa susunod na video mga kabakal, tunghayan natin ang explanation ng isang doktor kung ano ang epekto ng carbon monoxide sa ating kalusugan.
We're going to explore some key symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning and who you might suspect this in, as well as ways to prevent it. But before we look at the symptoms, what are the possible causes of carbon monoxide poisoning? Well, carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas that can make you seriously ill if you breathe it in, and some common household appliances that are used for heating and cooking can produce it, especially if they're not installed properly, they're faulty, or they're poorly maintained. These are things like gas boilers, cookers, gas or paraffin heaters, as well as portable generators. Also, with the cost of heating ever increasing, you might be tempted to use barbecues or camping stoves inside, but don't do this because this can also cause a buildup of carbon monoxide. So now that we know a little bit more about the causes, well, what are the possible symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning? Well, brief exposure to low levels may cause symptoms such as dizziness, flushing, headaches, muscle pain, nausea, vomiting, personality changes, or vertigo. With exposure to higher levels of carbon monoxide, symptoms might be more severe. These can include confusion, movement problems, respiratory failure, loss of consciousness, heart attacks, and even death. So as you can see, many of the symptoms can be quite vague, especially with the low levels of exposure. Things like muscle pain, headaches, dizziness and flushing can occur in many other conditions, and they're not necessarily specific to carbon monoxide poisoning. So, what might make you more suspicious that someone does have carbon monoxide poisoning? Well, thankfully there's a useful acronym that gives you clues. Thankfully there's a useful acronym that can give you clues to important questions you might want to ask someone who you suspect of having carbon monoxide poisoning. And this acronym is COMA. Now, C stands for cohabitees and co-occupants. You want to ask a person you suspect of carbon monoxide poisoning if anyone else in their house is affected. If they are, this may raise suspicions of a possible carbon monoxide leak. Now, O stands for outdoors. You should ask the person if their symptoms improve when they're out of the building. If they do, then again you may suspect a possible carbon monoxide leak from a device such as a faulty boiler or cooker in the home. M stands for maintenance. Again, the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning is much higher if their fuel-burning appliances and vents aren't properly maintained. Finally, A stands for alarm. You should always ask the person if they have a functioning carbon monoxide alarm. Now, if you do suspect carbon monoxide poisoning, a person should be asked the following questions. Things such as, have they recently had a heating or cooking appliance installed? Do they ever use an oven or gas stove for heating purposes as well as for cooking? Have they had any ventilation changes in the home recently? For example, double glazing has been fitted. Have they noticed any sooty stains around the appliances or increased condensation? Do they do work which involves possible exposure to smoke, fumes, or motor vehicle exhaust at work? So now we know about the causes and possible symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. What are the 4 ways you can try to prevent it from happening in the first place? Well, number 1 is to get a carbon monoxide alarm for each room of your home that contains appliances that burn gas, oil, coal, or wood. And number 2 is get heating and cooking appliances properly installed and keep them well maintained. Number 3 is make sure that your boiler is serviced once a year by a qualified engineer. And number 4 is keep chimneys and flues clean and well maintained. Finally, if you or someone you know is worried about carbon monoxide poisoning, stop using the appliances that you think might be making carbon monoxide, things like the boilers or cookers. Number 2, open any windows and doors to let fresh air in. Go outside, and finally get medical advice as soon as possible. Don't go back into the affected building until you've got the advice.